Hello, everybody. Welcome to KP Law News. Yeah, we're going live tonight. I went live the other night talking about the case of former Deputy Michael Davis there in Lonoke County, charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of a 17-year-old Hunter Britton. Well, his trial started on Tuesday, and it's over already. It was over by Friday morning. They had to jury was out for like 2.5 hours, and he was found not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. But he was found not guilty of manslaughter, but he was found guilty of negligent homicide, which is a misdemeanor in the state of Arkansas. The manslaughter charge would have been a felony. He probably would have got a little bit of prison time, probation or parole or whatever, probably. But with the negligent homicide charge he was found guilty of, his maximum sentence is 1 year in jail. Not prison, it's jail. A county jail somewhere. Probably won't be Lonoke County. I'm sure they won't have him. Or for his safety or whatever, they won't put him in Lonoke County Jail. So they'll probably ship him off somewhere. Don't know where. He's free on bond appeal right now. As soon as he got and $1,000 fine, and his lawyer filed the appeal right away, so he's free until he gets sent away. I just have to turn himself in again. So I got a couple of news clips there from a local news agency there out of Little Rock that covered the story. There, the trial happened in Cabot, Arkansas. So I got a couple clips from KARK 5 News Channel. So I think the first one is family reaction. Then the second one is where they talk about everything. And let me make sure I got the right one first. Play the first one first. I don't know. I might have to switch these around. All right, here we go. Let's see if this will work.
Closure.
Well, this is
And even though
the
they didn't fully
family
get that today, they
reaction.
say they're definitely accepting it.
The family reaction.
A 4-day trial comes to a
Okay, I'm gonna
close.
pause
Hunter made a
that
lot.
and play the other one first. All right, here we go with the other one. I'm gonna save that one for last, because that's got some
Homicide, not
shots
guilty
fired in
of
it.
manslaughter in the deadly shooting of a 17-year-old Hunter Britton. It happened during a traffic stop, as you know, last June.
As a result, Davis was sentenced to 1 year in jail in order to pay a $1,000
1
fine.
year.
We have team coverage tonight of the verdict and reaction from both sides. We begin with Katrin Asaf, who's been following this trial all week. She joins us now with what happened in the courtroom today. Katrin.
Behind these doors, it took the jury of the Michael Davis case nearly 2.5 hours total
Two and
of
a half hours.
deliberation to come to a verdict. On one count, guilty. On the other, not guilty. It's been nearly a year, and finally the case is over. Now all that's left is for the participants to accept the decision.
5 days after Michael Davis
There
first
he
walked into
is.
the courtroom that held his fate, he walked out, unrestrained, and headed home, convicted of
Yeah,
negligent
heading
homicide.
home.
No winners.
It was a case that left both sides disappointed, but respectful of the jury's call. It took the 12 only 20 minutes to decide the sentence. 1 year in jail and a $1,000 fine, the maximum for the charge.
We're fine with it.
Wow.
Prosecutor Jeff Phillips says the state was hoping for a felony charge of manslaughter, but will still accept the lesser guilty verdict.
The state presented our case and let the jury decide, and they decided.
Defense attorney Robert Newcomb had his own reaction, believing Davis should have been found not guilty on both charges.
Do I
Of
fully
course.
agree with it? No, I think my client was innocent, but the jury spoke.
Newcomb has already filed an appeal, which is the
He
reason
shot and
Davis
killed a
was taken away
17-year-old
by
unarmed
family
teenager.
and not state troopers. He says the jury was asked the wrong question.
The jury was asked to judge this from a reasonable person point of view. I think the jury should have been instructed to judge it from a reasonable police officers.
But for now, the verdict stands in a major case not only for Lonoke County, but for the state as well.
Now, as for that appeal, we won't get the decision anytime soon. Newcomb says it could take up to 2 years for a decision to be made in that. As for Davis and his reaction, Newcomb says he can't reveal exactly what was said between him and his client, but he does say that Davis is at peace with everything that happened.
Wow, that's crazy. A year in jail, $1,000 fine for a police officer. Deputy sheriff shot and killed a 17-year-old unarmed child. Might as well say child. He's only 17. I wouldn't say child. Teenager. In the neck. No warning. No nothing. Boom. So it's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. So, like I said, he went home. He's on bond appeal, so he won't be sitting in jail until he gets transferred to a jail to do his year. I don't even think he'll do a year. I don't know what Arkansas is, but you get sentenced, and I think it's automatically so much percentage you have to do. So he'll probably do 6 months, maybe 8 months. I imagine probably something around there. $1,000 fine. That's it. No probation, no parole, nothing. I don't. It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. I know the family. They're not happy at all, but they said they are going to accept it. What else can they do? So this next video, you probably heard part of it already. It's this next clip. This is the family reaction, and there are some shots fired here. Pay attention. Let's see. Okay, let's get it going right now. Let's go.
A 4-day trial comes to a close.
Hunter meant a lot to all of us, and we all loved him, and we fought for a long time.
Former Lonoke County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Davis found not guilty of manslaughter for 17-year-old Hunter Britton. Instead, guilty of negligent homicide, a lesser sentence.
I was not happy.
The charge will be classified as a misdemeanor instead of a felony. Hunter's family says their biggest concern moving forward, Davis's future on the force.
This
now
is
what's
scary.
going to happen? Are people going to have to fear for their life again?
The Britton's family attorney says the verdict still sends a strong message.
The jury has said that Hunter Britton was unlawfully killed by Michael Davis.
Now eyes turn to the sheriff's department.
It was 9 years
There you
of
go.
supervision that didn't occur.
Attorney Devin Jacobs says the trial revealed poor leadership in the department.
That Michael Davis was supposed to be taking medication that night, and the sheriff knew that. He didn't take the medication, which would have kept him calm.
Wow. You heard that? The deputy was supposed to be on medication to keep him calm. The sheriff knew he was supposed to be on medication. Didn't follow up and make sure he was on the medication. So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's going to be any civil lawsuits or anything against the sheriff's department and Michael Davis. Remember, he was fired not soon after that for uh, policy, sheriff department policy. He didn't have his body cam on. He didn't turn his body cam on until after he shot Hunter. All right, let's go back.
As a result, we have a dead child.
Jacob says focus now turns to Sheriff John Staley.
If he can't lead, he needs to step aside. And if he doesn't step aside, then the people need to put him aside.
We reached out to the sheriff. Staley told us he disagrees with the poor leadership comment. For now, Hunter's family says they finally have time to breathe.
How are y'all keeping Hunter's story alive after all this?
Right here. He will be with us in our hearts, and I hope everybody will know that and see that as time goes on. And we're not going to forget about Hunter. No, ever. He's 17 forever.
Now, that family attorney, Devin Jacob, says he has plans in the future to file a civil case to hopefully make some changes, he says, within the sheriff's department. Now, from now on, the family says that they just need time to heal. Live in Lonoke County, I'm Jessica Crank for KRK4 News.
Man, that is crazy. Crazy stuff. We have the sheriff over there, Lonoke County. He's dealing with some own issues of his own. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. I already heard a few things about him. I've seen a couple text messages that leaked out. And, yeah, it's not good for Sheriff John Staley. I don't know if he's up for election this year, but, man, I don't know. They're talking about, he's not the only one, that guy on that video there. He's not the only one I heard talking about the sheriff and his bad leadership and everything. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on it. If I wasn't an over the road truck driver, I'd be down there at the courthouse more often or the county sheriff's department. But I'm on the road all the time. So I got to do it. I got to do my investigating from people sending me stuff, news clips, and everything else. So that's it. Found not guilty. I said I would do an update probably after the trial. It was over yesterday. You heard the story. 2-hour jury deliberation. Oh, man. And he's not guilty of the first charge of manslaughter. That's what he went to trial for. They found him not guilty of manslaughter, but they found him guilty of negligent homicide. So, crazy stuff. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Check out my other videos. I'm just getting this channel over here cranked up, trying to get some video content out there and get noticed maybe here and there. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you're watching the replay, and appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment or something. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I put a video up or I go live or something. So that's it for this one. Everybody have a good evening, and always be recording. Oh yeah.